Welcome, Gurnee Village Board regular meeting of June 1st, 2026. Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Gurnee.
Here.
Oh, sorry. Ross.
Here.
O'Brien. Thorstensen.
Here.
Woodside.
Present.
5 present.
I'll stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Again, welcome everybody. We'll just move on to, we'll have public comment prior to the actual action items tonight, but we'll go on to the consent agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Trustee Ross and second by Trustee Garner. Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5 aye.
Pat?
At number 1, approval of the minutes from the May 18, 2026 meeting. At number 2, approval of request from Administration Department to dispose of certain administrative documents as authorized by the State of Illinois Local Records Commission. At number 3, approval of payroll for period ending May 15, 2026 in the amount of $1,124,206.51. At number 4, approval of bills for period ending June 1st, 2026 in the amount of $3,288,358.90.
Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Garner,
Second.
second by Trustee Thorstensen. Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5 aye.
Motion carries. On to petitions and communications. The first item is approval of proclamation designating June 12, 2026 as Women Veterans Recognition Day in the Village of Gurnee. Women Veterans Day is observed on June 12 because on this day in 1948, President Harry S. Truman signed the Women's Armed Services Integration Act, which enabled women to serve as full members in any branch of the military. Even though women have served in the U.S. military since the Revolutionary War, their contributions have been overlooked or undervalued. This pivotal moment marked a significant milestone in the ongoing progress towards gender equality and inclusivity in the armed forces. Women's Veterans Day highlights the important role that women have played in defending our nation with exceptional bravery and honor. By recognizing the sacrifices made by women veterans and their families, Women Veterans Day honors their service in safeguarding the liberties and values of our country. Now, therefore, I, Thomas Hood, Mayor of Gurnee, do hereby proclaim June 12, 2026 as Women Veterans Day in the Village of Gurnee and encourage all citizens to honor our women veterans and express gratitude for their selfless service, valor, and dedication to protecting our freedom. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Thorstensen, second by Trustee Garner. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Mayor,
All right.
Mayor, can we ask them to stand if they're in the room?
Sure. If there is a woman or women veteran in the audience, please stand and be recognized. Thank you, Trustee Thorstensen.
Yep.
Okay, on to the recognition and distribution of Hometown Heroes banners. So we've come to do this a couple times a year. Normally we have a person from the American Legion, Jim Husel. He's unable to be here tonight, so I am the guy. So, and if you have not noticed, as you travel along Old Plain Road, you can see the banners that are proudly displayed there. And it's something that we've done over the last several years. And it just never seemed to be quite enough. On November 11th, we seemed to mention veterans kind of by the by. And veterans are not or should not be by the by. that the reason why I'm standing here and you're sitting here is because of what they've purchased for us. The freedom that I can stand here and talk about whatever I'd like pretty much is because they've offered their lives in many cases and just provided a sacrifice that just words just aren't enough to provide just enough depth to. So tonight we have some special people that are in the village of Gurnee or nearby that we want to recognize and provide a banner to them to take home. And the banner that flies will fly on Old Plain Road for some time to come. And then come the fall, we'll do this again. So we'll start with Charles Coulter, Army, 1965 to 1967. The next is Benito Aguado, Navy, 1972 to 1992. Oh for 2. All right. James Crutchwitz, Navy, 1967 to 1989. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Liesl Payawal, Navy, 2004 to 2007, and also 2010 to 2014. Congratulations. Thank you. Next is Kevin Gillette, Navy, 1992 to 2000. Congratulations. Next is Isabella Espinoza, Air Force, 2025 to the present. Mark Zastany, Army, 2011 to 2018. Charles N. Dubra, Army, 2067 or 1967 to 1987. Thank you. Congratulations. Thanks. Kyle Goetz, Coast Guard, 2019 to the present. Lois Carleen Evans, Navy, 1970 to 1990. Congratulations, thank you. Gary R. Sebastian, Army, 1964 to 1966. Gary Miller, Army, 1969 to 1972. Samuel Bauer, Air Force, 2025 to present. Richard W. Reitz, Air Force, 1952 to 1954. Roger King, Navy, 1999 to 2007. Jasmine King, Navy, 1999 to 2004. Thanks. Paul Anderson, Air Force, 2008 to present.
Currently employed to the
Oh, is
Middle
he?
East.
Okay, all right, thank you. You gonna stay up here? Okay. Mark A. Anderson, Navy, 1981 to 2006. Donald Kevin Graff, Navy, 1993 to 2013. Desiree M. Graff, Navy, 2006 to 2024. Last but not least, Derek Tilley, Navy, 2022 to present. So again, just my heartfelt thanks to the veterans for all that you do and serving in the community after that. It's not just the time that you spend in the service, but also the time you spend outside of that serving us. And I just want to thank you on behalf of the Village of Gurnee and the board. Thanks. So now I'd like to invite down Chief John Kavanaugh. This is always a good time to recognize the promotion of, I always think I'm at gentleman, but I know it's not gentleman anymore in the fire department, right? So, right, Chief? To recognize promotions, and so I'll give it to Chief to do those honors.
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to start with a little bit of what it takes to be on a promotional list in the Village of Gurnee Fire Department. Each candidate, we just finished this testing this May 1st. The list just came out. This is a brand new list. But the individual that started doing this testing over 7 months ago started reading numerous books. They knew they were going to have a hard written test at the end of it all. They spent many hours studying. The two individuals we're going to recognize tonight aren't the only ones that took it. There were 14 people total at the lieutenant level. All 14 of them are very qualified. They all worked very hard. These two we're going to recognize tonight did finish first and second, very deserved. But every candidate that stepped up and tested this time, I give you lots of props to go out in front of your peers, put your name out there. Sometimes your name doesn't show up on a list where you want, but it's great to see you trying. You are our acting officers. You are our future. You're our leaders of the fire department. Back to that testing process, they take this written test. They go through an entire assessment center. We bring in 3 chiefs from areas that run them through a couple days of rigorous testing. They do in-baskets. They do tactical exercises. They do employee exercises. The whole time, they're never sure how they're doing. In about a month, they're going to see their grades on a video. They're going to get better from it. They're going to be better at it. There's other portions of the test, but what I really want to say is it takes a lot of courage and guts just to put your name on that list. I appreciate you guys stepping up and doing that, and that's for everyone in the room. The captain candidates as well, I appreciate you. Tonight, though, we're going to start with specifically firefighter paramedic Brandon Roberts. You go ahead and sit there, Brandon, for a minute. I talked for a while. 19 years ago, Brandon walked into the Gurnee Fire Department. He was on my shift. I was on shift at the time. He's one of the few guys that got to work shift with me. I've been on days long enough. And I will tell you, it felt like the new generation started in the fire department. And a lot of it started with Brandon. And that is meant as a compliment to him. Brandon brings ideas and thoughts that are, I'm looking at a few of the guys, our generation, we don't see everything the way he does. Brandon has been a leader from the day he walked in. He always brought ideas forward. He brings ideas forward in a professional way. He looks for change. He's always advocating for people. He did this role as a firefighter. He's a natural leader. People follow him. Brandon runs our third largest area responsibility in the fire department budget-wise. He's our buildings and grounds coordinator. We have 3 fire stations. He does all the scheduling of preventative maintenance, any major decision he's involved in. If we're remodeling, he's talked to. He brings a certain inspiration to that. It sounds like such a boring job that someone wouldn't do, but Brandon steps up every day and does that. The other reason I mention that, though, Brandon's also a self-starter. He goes out, and when it's time to paint a room or a ceiling, Brandon has a way not only to get himself in there, but he gets his crew out there, and they work. And it's actually those days are the happiest day in the fire department. You can see his leadership when he gets people to do things and be involved. He makes projects fun. That's how he leads. When I met with Brandon, myself and Deputy Chief Douglas met with Brandon a couple weeks ago. We sat at the desk, we talked to him. We've both known him for many years. It was a good, passionate discussion back and forth. The biggest thing we told Brandon, you're a natural leader. You need to stick to your values, how you are. When we're behind closed doors, explain to us where we're at, follow the village and the department's mission, go forward and make this place the place it's meant to be and that you've made it up to this point. So at this point, I'd like to bring Brandon up for the oath of office. Congratulations, Brandon.
Raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Brandon Roberts,
Having been appointed to
having been appointed to
the office of Fire Lieutenant
the office of Fire Lieutenant
in the village of Gurnee,
in the village of Gurnee,
the state of Illinois,
the state of Illinois,
I solemnly affirm
I solemnly affirm
to support the Constitution
to support the Constitution
of the state of Illinois
of the state of Illinois
and the United States.
and the United States.
And I'll faithfully discharge the duties. I'll faithfully discharge
I'll faithfully discharge
the duties of
the duties of
Fire Lieutenant.
Fire Lieutenant.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Danielle and Haley and Allie. Check. All right. Well, I'm going to say a lot of thank yous, and I genuinely mean every single one of them. But I'll start with my wife, Danielle, and Haley and Hallie, my 2 daughters. I'm going to thank my family. Quite a showing that they all came. They're scattered throughout here. I have a bunch of thank yous to say when we go to the station. But I do want to say thank you to the mayor, Mr. Mutes, and the trustees. I feel like this is my time to thank you for making the decisions you make when you make them, because I've been to plenty of my friends' promotions and I know how this goes, so this is my time to tell you, your decisions essentially not only impact me, but I want you to know whenever you make them, they impact my wife and kids, and we've lived a pretty nice life because of the village. So that was just my thank you to the village, Mr. Mutes and the mayor. But thank you, appreciate it.
You want your parents to come up for pictures?
Mom and Dad. Thank you.
Okay, so for our second promotion tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about firefighter Alex Frank. Alex walked in our building about 14 years ago. Never had the opportunity to work on shift with Alex. However, as a deputy chief and being there watching Alex grow as a firefighter and a paramedic, it's been fun to watch. In some ways, he's almost the polar opposite of Brandon, and it proves that leadership comes in all roles, and you need that to make a strong team. I've talked about Brandon's charismatic personality that brings everyone out. Alex leads by example. Alex is it's probably an old term, probably shouldn't use it anymore. He's a man's man. Alex is one of those people, he serves us initially as an emergency vehicle technician. Very fancy word for a very good mechanic. He has certificates. He's able to go under, fix our vehicles. He works on our vehicles. And one of the things, when you're the individual who's on the vehicles, working on them, fixing them, you're also one of the best teachers to the people who are about to drive them and be in charge of the crew. He really goes out of his way, he does that. He's an excellent teacher. When all of our people come through, one of the things they have to do, they have to get certificates to come through to be able to drive the different types of vehicles. Alex is a person you go to find out the knowledge behind it. When they need to pass an air brake test, Alex is the person to teach you that. When you wanted to learn about pump testing, that's the individual. Alex is also, beyond that, done many other things. He's a technical rescue technician. He's gone through many classes, confined space, below ground, trench. He represents us in Mabus Division 4 on that team. He's one of the key players there. He goes out. If you hear someone stuck anywhere in the county, he's one of the responders there. He's one of the 6 that we have. He went through in a large cohort. He really teaches that training every day to the people. He goes there. Alex has also served us as an acting officer, as Brandon. And as an acting officer, when you see Alex out on the floor and you see his crews getting things accomplished, you see that leadership style. He definitely, like I said, he leads by example. That being said, when we sat with him at our table, myself and Deputy Chief, and we met with Alex, he already had it. We just reinforced, your job as a frontline supervisor is to continuously grow your people underneath you, bring the next future forward. Alex does that already. We reinforce that's one of the things we kind of entrusted in him and said, this is where we need to see you work and continue going on. We don't want to forget about the apparatus, though, Alex. We want to keep them running, too. That keeps the mayor happy. So, no. I'd like to bring you up for your oath of office. Congratulations, Alex.
Raise your right hand. I'll shake your hand afterwards. Is that all right? Yeah. I state your name.
I, Alex Frank,
Having been appointed to
having been appointed to
the office of Fire Lieutenant
the office of Fire Lieutenant
in the village of Gurnee
in the village of Gurnee
in the state of Illinois,
in the state of Illinois,
I solemnly affirm
I solemnly affirm
to affirm the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
to affirm the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
the United States,
the United States,
and I'll faithfully discharge the duties of
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of
Fire Lieutenant.
Fire Lieutenant.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. I'd like to thank everyone for coming out tonight. It's a very humbling experience to be up here. Brandon, I'm proud to be up here with you experiencing this. So many thanks in the brief amount of time we have. I'd like to thank my wife, my rock star, the person that makes everything happen for me. Thank you so much for helping me go through this. This testing process that Chief was explaining is no joke. It changes your life, 6 or 8 months at a time. So, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much. Village board members of Gurnee, thank you very much. Civil Service Commission, thank you. I'm humbled to be here. I've prepared, and I hope I'm going to do you all proud. Thank you.
Alex, you want to just sign this? You're up here. He did. He did sign. You going to promote anybody else, Chief? We're good? Thank you for your time. You're all welcome to stay for the rest of the meeting, but you can also go to Fire Station 1. Thank you.
Isn't this fun?
Nice.
No, okay, no problem.
This is Holly. Now that you see
We'll get it fixed.
it's them. So I'll go down and visit them.
We'll get it
So
fixed.
sometimes I come in and I am, not all the time. Or I'll exit that way if it's been several weeks. Go down there and ask them how they finish up there. Just a nicety.
All right, so on to the next item. Item number 5, approval of my recommendation to appoint Kathy Blair to the Planning and Zoning Board. Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by trustee Woodside, second by trustee Thorstensen.
Yeah, roll call.
Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Item 6, approval of my recommendation to appoint Chris Stevens to the Planning and Zoning Board. Is there a motion?
So move.
Second.
Motion by trustee Garner, second by trustee Ross. Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5-0.
All right, no reports, no old business. I did move the public comment to immediately prior to new business, so if there's anybody that would like to make a statement prior to new business that has to do with one of the issues in new business, please come to the microphone and state your name. There being none, on to new business. Item number 1, approval of ordinance 2026.
42.
Annexing property located at 17801 Washington Street, 17949 Washington Street, 17989 Washington Street. This is monotonous, right? 18015 Washington Street, 18099 Washington Street, 34409 Old Walnut Circle, and 34320 Almond Road. Pat?
Sure. So I had a memo from our Assistant Community Development Director, Jacob Litz, on this. So originally started with Warren Township High School Almond Campus. So as you know, our SROs are in the building providing services to the school, but outside of the building, since it's in unincorporated Lake County, is under Lake County Sheriff's jurisdiction. So the high school reached out about annexing their Almond Campus into the village. In order to do that, we need to annex the township campus first because we weren't contiguous to it. So reached out to Warren Township Supervisor Elmer Faust. They were fine with it. They would also like to come to the village We provide fire service right now to both properties out there through the Warren-Waukegan Fire Protection District, but Elmer was also interested in coming in as it relates to building projects out there, work with the Gurnee Community Development Department rather than Lake County. So completed all the proper paperwork. They were before the Planning and Zoning Board a couple weeks ago, received a unanimous favorable recommendation at their May 6th meeting. The first item on here is actually annexing the township campus. The second item is rezoning it to P within the village of Gurnee. Through the annexation, no impact to property tax for the Warren-Waukegan Fire Protection District because they're both taxing bodies that don't pay property tax. There was no request to add on to our water system or sewer system. They're good from that regards. So basically just no additional snow plowing or any of those responsibilities. Basically just bringing these property first, the township campus in. Police and community development services will really be the new features that they'll have access to once they're in the village. So the high school was waiting for the township to go first, so we'll have the high school before the Planning and Zoning Board here in the near future. Same request to bring in their Alma campus, and then makes it through the Planning and Zoning Board. It'll be before the village board. So this is step one, annex the township. Second item under new businesses, rezoning it to P, public designation within the village.
Is there a motion?
So moved. Second.
Motion by trustee Woodside, second by trustee Garner. Any comments or questions?
I have one question.
Trustee Thorstensen?
And I watched the PZB meeting, so it's just a very quick question. If they don't have water, are you guys on well?
Well, you guys get water through the county, right? Yeah, so
Oh, count.
they receive Jawa water through the county instead of
Okay,
Jawa water
that
through
was
the
my
village of
question.
Gurnee.
I thought I heard
Yep.
you say. Thank you. I thought you said.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ware?
Aye.
Garner?
Aye.
Ross?
Aye.
Thorstenson?
Aye.
Woodside?
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Item 2, approval of ordinance 2026,
43.
granting a zoning map amendment pursuant to the Gurnee zoning ordinance for 17801 Washington Street, 17949 Washington Street, 17989 Washington Street, 18015 Washington Street, 18099 Washington Street, 34409 Old Walnut Circle, and 34320 Almond Road. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is rezoning the property from the Lake County zoning designation of R4 residential to the Village of Gurnee zoning designation of P public land district.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion
Second.
by trustee Ross, second by trustee Thorstensen. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ware?
Aye.
Garner?
Aye.
Ross?
Aye.
Thorstenson?
Aye.
Woodside?
Aye.
5-0.
And carries. Welcome to the Village of Gurnee. There you go. Item 3, approval of ordinance 2026.
44.
Authorizing the approval of a professional services agreement with Kimley Horn and Associates, Inc. for the preparation of an ADA transition plan under the American with Disabilities Act, ADA, Title II, Self-Evaluation and Transition Plan for right-of-ways within the Village of Gurnee. Pat?
Sure. So under Title II of the ADA, public entities are required to evaluate their programs, services, and activities in public facilities to ensure their accessibility for individuals with disabilities. Communities with more than 50 employees are required to maintain an ADA transition plan, identifying barriers to accessibility, and then establishing a schedule and strategy to make improvements. So with that in mind, we don't have an ADA transition plan, but we need one. So village engineer Nick Leach looked at a couple different consulting firms that we've used and the work they've done on ADA transition plans. Kimley Horn, he was impressed by the most. It's a firm that we've worked with in the past on different projects. So he requested a proposal from them. They provided that failure to maintain an ADA transition plan could open us up to legal liability, Department of Justice enforcement, and then could also create problems with state and federal transportation funding eligibility, but obviously having a transition plan in place to make sure we don't have barriers that are impacting people is just the right thing to do. So Kimley Horn put together a proposal. They'll provide project coordination, inventory of village programs and services, take a look at public right-of-ways and select intersections, and then help with the development of ADA policies and notices, preparation and implementation strategies, and then some public outreach services. Village staff will provide some assistance as far as collecting data out in the field, utilizing some consultant-provided tools and training. We'll get that information to them, and then they will help us get this plan together. That really helps identify what we need to do, so then we'll be back in the future as far as strategies to address the items that come up in that plan. So this is kind of the first step. The proposal from Kimley Horn was a lump sum in the amount of $142,500. This was something that we were planning on doing this current fiscal year, so there is funding in the FY 26-27 approved budget. So looking at going on this sooner rather than later, so it's before you for consideration this evening.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Thorstensen,
Second.
second by trustee Ross. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Item 4, approval of ordinance 2026.
45.
Approving an agreement for the use of a right-of-way between the Village of Gurnee and MCI Metro Access Transmission Services, LLC, doing business as Verizon Access Transmission Services for various locations within the village. Pat.
Sure. So approved one of these a meeting or two ago. Another right-of-way agreement. So Verizon previously had a right-of-way agreement with the village to install some fiber optic cable along Kilbourne under ordinance 2018-41. That agreement was limited just to Kilbourne. They subsequently came in and installed fiber in some other spots around town. We missed it. We processed them as building permits, but we're under the impression that the previous right-of-way agreement from 2018 had them covered. It didn't. Everything they installed past that point was up to our standards, met all of our requirements. But since noticing that oversight to get it corrected, we brought forward this right-of-way agreement to include the areas in town where they've installed fiber, and then a couple spots going forward that they would like to install some fiber at. So they were agreeable to it. They helped us identify all the spots that we missed over the past 6-7 years. So those haven't been included in there. It's our standard right-of-way agreement as far as installation, our expectations, their responsibilities. So just to get this cleaned up and everything in order, we're presenting it this evening.
All right, is there a motion?
So move.
Motion by trustee Garner,
Second.
second by trustee Thorstensen. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Item 5, approval of ordinance 2026,
46.
imposing a temporary moratorium on the construction of data centers within industrial zone districts. Pat.
Sure. So memo from our community development director, David Zicker, on this. Obviously, if you read the newspaper or watch the TV, data centers are being proposed and popping up all over the place and causing some issues in some communities as far as the resident response. We don't have any applications in for data centers any place in town. But before we get to that point in time, community development staff wanted a chance to take a look at the regulations that we have on the books, see what others have on the books, and make sure that if or when the time came where a data center applied within the village, that we feel comfortable with the regulations, controls that we have in place. So they're requesting a 6-month moratorium to do that research, see what they come up with, see where we may be lacking some language, get that information together, and then they will bring it back forward up through the Planning and Zoning Board, run it through the Planning and Zoning Board. It's a text amendment, and then eventually it'll make its way back up to the village board. So we've had similar moratoriums like this in the past to give staff some more time to research some issues before we find ourselves in a spot that we don't like. So proactive approach to make sure we're in a good spot.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Thorstensen, second by trustee Woodside. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstensen.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Item 6, approval of police department request to purchase 12 Daniel Defense DDM 4V7 duty rifles and associated equipment with the low proposer Acme Sports, Inc. at a total cost of $19,961 after a trade-in credit of $7,200 for 12 18-year-old duty rifles. Pat.
Yep, so memo from our police chief, gone on this. So this year's budget included the planned replacement of police department duty rifles. The average age of the rifles are 18 years old, with a bunch over 20. This is going to be a multi-phase process and purchase. So this first phase, they're looking at 12 rifles and the associated equipment, which includes lights, slings, optics, and then backup iron sights. Reached out to 3 different firms that we've used in the past. Acme provided the lowest quote, which included the $7,200 credit for the trade-in of 12 current rifles. The $19,961 is within my purchasing authority, but since there's going to be future purchases coming forward, that'll put it over 20, which is above my authority. We felt it was appropriate to put it on the village board agenda for village board approval, so we meet the purchasing policy requirements. So again, planned replacement, appropriate funding included in the budget that was approved by the village board back in April. So again, bringing it forward for your consideration this evening.
Is there a motion?
So move.
Motion by trustee Garner,
Second.
second by trustee Ross. Any questions or comments? Roll call. Oh, sorry, trustee Ross.
Will the next ones come in this year?
Yeah, there was going to be another, I think, planned purchase later on this fiscal year, right? Yep, and money's in the budget for that, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Ware.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Aye.
Woodside.
Aye.
5-0.
Motion carries. Again, we have public comment. Anybody that would like to make a comment about any issue regarding the village may step to the microphone and state your name. There being none, is there a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Motion by trustee Garner,
Second.
second by trustee Thorstenson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.
Just wait.